If you don't believe in God, you'll at least believe in nature.
Quantum entanglement proposed that a change in molecule at this place can cause a change in molecule at other place without having any connection, without having any medium of connection, like vacuum, no, doesn't matter. हमारा तो हिंदुइज्म में तो पूरा स्ट्रक्चर है कि यहाँ पे पृथ्वी लोक है, उसके ऊपर ये लोक है, उसके ऊपर वो लोक है, एंड जैसे कि फिर उनसे कांटेक्ट कैसे कर रहे हो? क्वांटम एंटेंगलमेंट. तुम यहाँ भक्ति करो, वहाँ तक मिल रही है उनको.
Why do we have the same bell, which the same sound in a mandir?
ये म्यूजिक इज वन ऑफ दैट थिंग जो हमें काम डाउन करके रखता था, सेटिस्फाई करके रखता था.
I was reading a book, recently. I'm sure even you might have come across the book, The Almanac of Naval Ravikant. Right? Beautiful book. उसमें एक statement है. He says, mathematics is the language of nature, right? What is nature? If you don't believe in God, you'll at least believe in nature. That you see a tree grow, you'll see when you go to a mountain, you'll feel peaceful. When you go to a beach, you will feel peaceful. Now you should ask why. Maybe you don't worship God, but nature is your best friend for everybody. That you cannot deny. Everybody likes less pollution, beautiful breeze. We use the word infinite in our conversation. The other place infinite also shows up, apart from space, is mathematics. In integration, differentiation, calculus. I hated mathematics, and throughout my life I hated mathematics.
Same here.
So, for once I thought, what if somebody could use spirituality or storytelling to teach me mathematics? I can actually understand it, and I think right now if somebody teaches me the same concept, I will learn it better than anybody. I just feel mathematics has a lot to do with spirituality. And the second very interesting part for me is the world had numbers, quantifiable numbers. You said shunya. Shunya means emptiness, nothingness, right? The one element that made the entire number system great was the number 0. And 0 is what shunya. It comes from a state of emptiness. What is a state of emptiness? It is nothingness.
Yep.
What is nothingness? Nim Karoli Baba. Okay? Who came to see Nim Karoli Baba? Everythingness. Nothingness and everythingness has to go together.
Has to go.
What do you think?
Hand in hand.
What do you think about this?
Yeah, totally agree with that. I mean, these is always the concepts we have been running from. Nothingness and everythingness going hand in hand.
Yeah.
This white and black thing, atheist, and the one who is believe in everything.
Yeah.
Without, in absence of anyone, you cannot become a stable one. तुम पूरा लाइफ कहीं ना कहीं दिक्कत ही होएगा. तो बेटर होगा कि तुम दोनों को एक्सप्लोर कर रहे हो. अगर तुम्हें लगता है कि ये बुरा है, तुम एक बार बुरे को एक्सप्लोर करके देख लो यार. That you think? You won't say honestly, but
yeah, true.
Yes. तुम एक बार उसको एक्सप्लोर करके देख लो. That's true.
Yeah. Now also tell me this, have you read anywhere that, how science and spirituality are related? Now we just did mathematics and how mathematics is related to spirituality. Have you ever wondered how science is related to spirituality, and have you experienced it?
So recently in 2022, a Nobel Prize winner theory has come up, which is quantum entanglement. Quantum entanglement proposed that a change in molecule at this place can cause a change in molecule at other place without having any connection, without having any medium of connection, like vacuum, no, doesn't matter. So if I'm here changing in some molecules, it may be my mind, because my mind is vibrating. वो वेवलेंथ छोड़ रहा है कुछ ना कुछ, तो वो भी मॉलिक्यूल्स के साथ छेड़छाड़ कर रहा है. तो मतलब यहाँ के मॉलिक्यूल्स में अगर छेड़छाड़ होती है तो वो वर्ल्ड में ही नहीं, यूनिवर्स में कहीं भी. ये क्वांटम एंटेंगलमेंट कह रहा है, ये स्पिरिचुअलिटी नहीं कह रही, ये साइंस कह रही है. क्वांटम की कहीं पे भी यूनिवर्स में अगर उस मॉलिक्यूल में भी वो चेंजेस हो सकते हैं जो यहाँ पे हो रहे हैं. और तंत्र क्या कह रहा है? तंत्र यही तो कर रहा है कब से. और लोग जिसको कहते हैं कि ये तो ऐसे है, वो ऐसे झूठ होता है, तंत्र क्या कर रहा है? ये लोग यहाँ पे कुछ करते हैं, वहाँ पे कुछ हो जाता है. And they don't understand how these are things. Quantum entanglement is there. People are, लोग कहते हैं कि बैकुंठ ऊपर है. मतलब हमारा तो हिंदुइज्म में तो पूरा स्ट्रक्चर है कि यहाँ पे पृथ्वी लोक है, उसके ऊपर ये लोक है, उसके ऊपर वो लोक है, एंड जैसे कि फिर उनसे कांटेक्ट कैसे कर रहे हैं? क्वांटम एंटेंगलमेंट. तुम यहाँ भक्ति करो, वहाँ तक मिल रही है उनको. क्या दिक्कत है? क्योंकि ये मीडियम पे तो डिपेंड ही नहीं कर रहा, साइंस ने खुद बोला कि कोई मीडियम पे डिपेंड नहीं कर रहा, इस गैलेक्सी से उस गैलेक्सी में भी चेंज हो सकता है। साइंस ने तो इसको प्रूव कर दिया, उसको नोबेल प्राइज मिला है। तो नाउ हाउ कैन यू डिनाई कि द डिवोटीज आर फेक? उनके जो कॉन्सेप्ट है कि भाई मैं यहाँ से पूजा करूंगा और जो भगवान है उसको भोग वहां पे लग जाएगा, उसको तो चल रहा है। और भगवान का जो भोग है वो भी सूक्ष्म रूप में जाता है, वो भी मोलिकुलर फॉर्म में जाता है। गीता में लिखा है कि सूक्ष्म रूप में मिलता है उनको, ऐसे नहीं कि तुमने पूरी यहाँ दी तो पूरी उनको पहुंच गई, सूक्ष्म रूप में मिलता है, दैट इज मोलिकुलर। और साइंस आज यही कह रहा है कि मोलिकुलर चेंजेस हो रहे हैं। तो साइंस अब कह रही है जो स्पिरिचुअलिटी कब से कह रही है।
Bro, this is great, and I think it opens conversations for two things. So, you remember channel AXN? TV पे
हाँ,
AXN?
AXN.
Lot of adventurous, crazy stuff, magicians वगैरह. There was this one fellow who was doing an experiment with a couple. He would go, he would make the couple meditate with hands like this to each other, and 10 minutes after that closed calmness of meditation, both their minds are very calm. He takes one person, puts them in another room. Because these two couple have had a lot of connection, both mentally, physically, emotionally, he says, what I do, that other person will predict now.
Will predict, huh? I think I have seen that.
You've seen that, huh?
I've seen that.
He goes and taps on the right hand of
Taps
that.
on the right hand.
The woman on the other side will actually feel something on her right hand. And he will go tell a color's name to the man. The woman is able to predict what color it could be. Now that is one level of seeing it. You could say, okay, magician, wow, magic, something. Now you have to compare this with what you just said. Second, The Secret, the book, the most amazing. Sold self-help book.
Law of attraction.
Law of attraction. What is law of attraction? What you think you will become.
What
is a prayer? What you think will happen. I am saying now today Secret is being sold, world's most self-help book. Our self-help book is in our society, it's in our culture. A simple prayer, a simple temple. Maybe God does not exist, even you are right, that figure, maybe Shiva avatar does not exist. But your prayer exists. Like you said, in a molecular format, it will reach where it has to. And if you believe in law of attraction, then you cannot deny the power of prayer. You cannot deny the power of magic. And you cannot deny the power of science.
Yeah, exactly. Because these are happening on the molecular level, not on the physical level. And you cannot see the molecular level happening with the naked eyes.
Naked eyes, yes. Same thing, I had another experience, bro. You tell me what you feel about it. Auroville, Pondicherry?
No.
Have you heard about it?
Which one?
Auroville.
No.
Okay. Sri Aurobindo? Sri Aurobindo, great philosopher, sage, guru. His ashram is there in Pondicherry, Auroville. Very, very, very good. Amazing. I went to a session there, and this session was in this place called Swaram. They will get you to a meditative state in your brain using musical instruments. It was one of the most amazing experiences. I asked her, how is this possible? I don't see how this is possible.
They are playing with brain waves.
Brain waves. She showed me one example and I lost it. She said, this is singing bowl, Tibetan singing bowl hai. She took one stick, she hit it, sound full, tongue sound full, loudly it's there. Now she put water into that bowl, same bowl pe. Hit it one more time. Same sound, tongue, but this time the water is rippling like this. Okay, because there is wavelength, vibration. Water is vibrating. She looked at me and she said, this bowl has one frequency. Every instrument I play here has some frequency. But do you see how the frequency of the water changes? Then she says, 70% of the human body is made up of what? Water. I was blown away. I was like, wow. I had another great thought, bro. I had another great thought. While she was doing this to me now, I was thinking, this singing bowl, Tibetan bowl, or a bada wala gong hai na, in Tibetan monasteries, there'll be a big plant, they hit it. I was thinking, why do we have the same bell, which the same sound in a mandir? Every time you ring it. Because the vibration of the sound can be heard only when you're here and now.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
makes sense.
Makes sense. No? Like, what do you think about this? Have you had moments like this in your spiritual journey?
Yeah, like when I was in my second year, I used to play brainwaves while sleeping.
Okay.
The gamma wave, I know that gamma is very useful for us. We only produce gamma waves when we are in a deep meditative state. So I used to play gamma waves on me while sleeping for a deeper sleep. And yeah, it has some effects, but at that time I was not that mature or not that sensitive towards them that I can detect the changes in me. But it definitely has effect on me, on my sleep basically, because आज मैं बताता हूँ मेरी sleep ऐसी है, कुछ लोग मुझसे जलते हैं कि मेरे पास ऐसी sleep कैसे है। मैं बताता हूँ कैसी है। आज मेरे साथ जो भी हुआ, मैं सोने के बाद सब भूल जाऊँगा क्या हुआ। मतलब मैं नहीं कह रहा बातें भूल जाऊँगा, वो इंटेंस लेवल में जो तुम्हें लगा होगा, इवन जो थकान होगी, मतलब मैं कह रहा हूँ कि वो जो एक भावात्मक दृष्टिकोण से जो तुम्हारे अंदर जाता है वो सब हट जाएगा। अगर आज किसी ने मेरे को बहुत ही ज़्यादा डीप कुछ बात बोल दी है और कुछ भी हुआ है मेरे साथ, मैं वो सब भूल जाऊँगा। और ये स्लीप से होता है मेरे साथ। और मतलब लोग मुझे कहते हैं कि यार तू ऐसा कैसे सोता है, क्या करके सोता है? मैं कुछ नहीं करके सोता हूँ, ये ट्रेंड हो चुका है। सो आई थिंक या दैट वर्क्स। और हम तो मतलब कितने ही बार मैंने अपने Q&A में बोला भी है कि जो हमारे उसमें घंटा हम बजाते हैं मंदिरों में, उनसे वेव्स निकलती हैं और वो हमारे लिए ही वेव्स हैं। वो गामा वेव्स हो सकती हैं, थीटा वेव्स हो सकती हैं, वो हमारे लिए ही यूजफुल है। क्योंकि म्यूजिक इज वन ऑफ दैट थिंग जो हमें काम डाउन करके रखता था, सेटिस्फाई करके रखता था। राजाओं कब तक वो सब सुनते थे, सुल्तान वगैरह, उन सबको काम डाउन, उनको अच्छे से, मतलब उनका माइंडसेट अच्छा रहता था। वो किसी मनोरंजन के लिए थोड़ी सुनते, उनका माइंड बहुत अच्छा फील होता था। दैट्स द रीजन।
And I've seen another video where they say certain people like certain kind of music. The more disturbance they have in their head, the more loud and crazy music. People, especially like rock metal music, now they want to shut off the waves in their head. So the noise should be so crazy that your mind quiets off and it opens up to the outside world. For some people, it can happen in a monochromatic tone. One hit of a bell, you can shut off and open towards this. For some people, rock music, wow, 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 you have to go crazy. And for some people, it's just beats, huge, big beats. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? And that's how in Hindu, in our music world, we have something called as ragas. Ragas is also developed through the sounds of nature and the moods of nature.
Moods of nature,
Yeah, there are certain ragas that are sung only based on what is in monsoon season, that depicts monsoon season. So what happens to you during monsoon season? You want to stay inside the house, you don't want to go outside, and when it turns to rainy season, it also becomes even more like that. So that time you want a music that makes you feel nice, makes you feel warm. But on a bright sunny day, you don't mind something that is high tone, high pitch.
High tone, high pitch, exactly.
Your mind is in a different wavelength, and ragas were composed with the moods of nature.
Exactly.
I mean,
You
wow,
need
man.
something soothing at that time.
Yeah, and it gets crazy. It just really gets crazy. I also want to know, bro, what's your diet like? Do you follow all this sattvic diet? And I mean, is there something that you believe about diet and spirituality? What's your diet like?
Yeah, I used to follow previously that हाँ diet is important while following a spiritual path कि यार वो help करता है in terms of your thoughts, क्योंकि जितना तुम तामसिक खाना खाओगे तुम्हारे थॉट्स उतने ज़्यादा तामसिक, जैसे प्याज भी एक तामसिक ही है, तो अगर तुम वो भी खाते हो तो जो तामसिक भोजन होता है वो बेसिकली क्या करता है, तुम्हारे अंदर उग्रता जल्दी लाता है। उग्रता इन द सेंस ट्रिगरनेस, वो जल्दी होती है, गुस्से की ट्रिगरनेस, इवन कोई सैडनेस वाली भी ट्रिगरनेस वो जल्दी होगी। सात्विक भोजन बहुत लाइट होता है तो वो सब चीज़ों को लाइट कर देता है। तो मैंने काफ़ी टाइम यही किया कि सात्विक भोजन किया, फिर धीरे धीरे जब मुझे लगता है कि अब कंट्रोल आ गया तो नाउ आई कैन ईट एनीथिंग। अभी ऐसा नहीं है, लेकिन अभी भी मैं नॉनवेज नहीं खाता, प्याज मैं अभी भी अवॉइड करता हूँ। तो अभी भी कुछ चीज़ें हैं जो मैं अवॉइड करता हूँ। सात्विक क्या, अभी पिज़्ज़ा खाऊंगा तो उसमें प्याज आ ही जाएगा थोड़ा बहुत, बट आई अवॉइड स्टिल प्याज, और नॉनवेज तो मैंने छोड़ ही दिया पूरा, तो आई स्टिल अवॉइड दैट, बट येस इट अफेक्ट्स।
I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, I think our conversation can go anywhere. Have you also observed that? I mean, strict warning, guys. I am not into casteism and all of that. But if you also see our casteism, like Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Shudra, there are certain classes that actually don't eat meat. that is usually the Brahmin class and the Vaishya class. But the Kshatriya and the Shudra class eat meat. But if you realize, now you should ask, why were Kshatriyas eating meat? Like you said, there is anger, emotion, and that was actually required.
They required as a warrior.
As a warrior, because if your mind is mellow, you look at a flower and say, oh wow, you won't take a sword and kill somebody else. So back in the day, Kshatriyas had to eat meat. But a Brahman had to leave meat, because a Brahman, to reach his pinnacle he has to be sattvic.
Yeah.
Because if not, he cannot think meditative thoughts. He cannot get to the craziness of his intellect.
But at the same time, the warriors that use treatment, they also used to do meditation to become conscious while they are in war.
War, yeah.
Because if you have heard about Gora Badal,
Yeah.
that's a story. He is the guy जिसका गर्दन काट दिया गया था और उसने गर्दन कटे हुए भी 5 लोगों को मार दिया. मतलब उसकी कॉन्शियसनेस क्या लेवल की होगी कि वो मरते हुए भी सबको देख चुका कि यहाँ पे कौन कौन खड़े और मुझे कहाँ तलवार चलानी है मरने के बाद भी जितनी भी उसके उसमें बची है. तो ऑफ कोर्स उसमें एग्रेशन था, लेकिन उस लेवल की कॉन्शियसनेस थी कि मरने के बाद भी उसको सब याद था और उसने गर्दन कटे हुए भी 5 लोगों को मार दिया. तो दैट मीन्स उनकी ट्रेनिंग बहुत इंटेंस थी. उनको भले ही वो इंटेंशनली खिलाया जाता होगा मीट टू गेट एंग्रेशन और मे बी फॉर बॉडी पावर, लेकिन उनका कॉन्शियसनेस लेवल भी अच्छा रखा जाता है.
Speaking of that, can we play a quick game?
Sure.
So, what we'll do is you select 5 people from the spirituality world that you think you'd want to have on your team. Your Ashutosh's team of spiritual people. Okay, and I will do that for me.
Okay.
What we'll do is we will pick one person. For example, I pick somebody, you pick one person, then we come back. So, one at a time. We'll see, and then if there are any spiritual people watching, they can tell us whose team is better. Okay, so yeah, because you're the guest on my show, who would you pick first on your team?
I think first would be Osho.
Osho? I'd pick this person called Alan Watts.
Alan Watts.
Alan Watts.
Okay.
I'll pick Alan Watts because in India, most people think foreigners are cool. Alan Watts is a foreigner. But he talks about Hinduism and he talks about, the whole Buddhism and Chinese philosophy and all of this. So I feel when you listen to Hinduism from a foreigner, you will give more value. Nobody values Tata or Maruti more than BMW. So you'll value that. So I feel that's why I'd pick Alan Watts first. Who would you pick second?
Second, it would be JK.
JK, my God, why am I giving up all the great ones? JK, oh man, what do you think about JK, dude?
JK speaks about those things which not normal, above than average cannot, even above than average cannot understand. He always talks about intellectual and the working of intellectual, and I mean, he is on that level जिसको समझने के लिए ना तुम्हें शायद 3-4 गुरुओं को घोट के पी जाना पड़ेगा तब तुम्हें JK समझ आएगा. JK की बातें बहुत ही ज़्यादा प्रैक्टिकल हैं और बिहेवियरल इंटेलिजेंस के बारे में उनको ज़्यादा बात करते हैं.
Man, JK is crazy. JK is really crazy. Second, I'd pick Neem Karoli Baba.
Karoli Baba.
Yeah, because I think his philosophy is very simple. It is to be, if you want to gain spirituality and if you want to reach a level of growth in your life, he just says feed people, right? Do anything that you do with people with love, feed people. And I think there's a very strong thing about it. And I think that philosophy is very strong in Hinduism in terms of our temples, right? Any temple you go, they feed you. Why? Because the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So I feel if your stomach is full, then you will think about this. So I think I'd pick Neem Karoli Baba.
Okay. And thirdly, I think I would pick. There's a disciple of Gautam Buddha. Of course, I can choose Gautam Buddha. Then it will be a powerful team. So I left it to
You're going easy. We'll let Lalith's team win.
No, there is a disciple of Lord Buddha who is almost similar to him. His name, I forgot his name, but his name is something Purnanand or like Purn. Purn means complete. So something related to that. So this guy, because because once Buddha told him कि now you are enlightened, you are enlightened as me. जितना मैं हो चुका हूँ ज्ञान उतना तुम्हें मिल चुका है. Now where you will go? अब मतलब तुम्हें ज्ञान मिला है, तुम इसको फैलाने के लिए कहाँ पे जाओगे? Then he said मैं कहीं पे भी चला जाऊँगा. तो उसने कहा कि देख लो. तो उसने बोला कि मैं एक ऐसी बस्ती में जाऊँगा, मतलब एक जगह का नाम लिया, वहाँ पे जाऊँगा. बुद्धा बोलते हैं कि तुम वहाँ पे जाओगे, तुम्हें पता है ना वहाँ के लोग कैसे हैं. वहाँ के लोग बहुत दंगे करते हैं, मारपीट करते हैं, गालियाँ देते हैं. तुम वहाँ पे क्यों जाओगे? कहता है उन्हीं को तो मेरी ज़रूरत है. उसने कहा चलो ठीक है, चले गए. अगर उन्होंने तुम्हें गाली दी तो क्या करोगे? कहता कि मैं उनका धन्यवाद करूँगा कि उन्होंने सिर्फ मुझे गाली ही दी, मारा नहीं. कहता कि अच्छा चलो, अगर उन्होंने तुम्हें मारना पीटना भी शुरू कर दिया तो क्या करोगे? तो अच्छा लगेगा? कहता मैं उनका शुक्रिया करूँगा कि उन्होंने सिर्फ मुझे मारा, जान से नहीं मार दिया. वो कहता कि अच्छा. कहता कि अगर जान से मार दिया तो क्या करोगे? और पूर्णानंद हमें हर स्टेट में ये कहता गौतम से कि आप तो भगवान है, आप मुझसे ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं. तो जब लास्ट क्वेश्चन पूछा कि अगर उन्होंने तुम्हें जान से मार ही दिया तो क्या करोगे? कहता कि मैं उनका धन्यवाद करूंगा कि अच्छा हुआ ऐसा जीवन खत्म किया जिसमें मेरे से और कुछ गलती हो सकती थी. तो दैट लेवल ऑफ विजडम और दैट एनलाइटनमेंट, आई विल चूज हिम.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Great. I mean, I think great people have unexplainable thoughts and brains. You know, you really can't. An average brain cannot really understand them. So,
Three people my side.
yeah, I know who I'm going to pick third, and this is why I think my team is going to stand out a little bit, because I spoke to you about this man. His name is George Gurdjieff. Right? This is who Osho refers to as one of the most enlightened beings.
Enlightened being.
He's a Russian saint. He's also called as the rascal saint. Like, he would be the kind of person, if you went with him with a problem, saying, you know, I have a problem, he would take you into the group and he will give you the most hardest tasks to do. You say, I have leg pain, he will be like, come here, you sow the seeds in the field, you pluck the crops. But he said, no, Guruji, I have pain. He's like, no, you should do it. But the beauty about this saint is that everybody who was working with him used to leave him and go. And somebody came and asked him, people are leaving you and going. Why? He smiles and says, then I'm doing my job right. Because if they're with me, their problem also stays. If they're coming to me and they're leaving, that means they realized what is bigger. They have seen beyond their problem, and that is my duty. So I think I'd pick George Gurdjieff on my team, you know, on the third.
I think George Gurdjieff was that कि जिसके कुछ लोग haters थे.
Yes, a lot of haters.
हाँ, a lot of haters. और कुछ लोग जैसे कोई हेटर के पास आया कि यार मैंने सुना है गुरजेफ कैसा है, कहते कह रहे बहुत बुरा इंसान है, तो वो लौट के चले जाते थे.
हाँ.
तो गुरजेफ से कोई आके बोलता था कि यार वो तो लोग लौट के चले जाते हैं, आपके पास आने भी नहीं देते. कहते अच्छा करते हैं, वो जो मेरे हेटर्स हैं वो मेरे ही भक्त हैं.
हाँ.
क्योंकि वो लोग उनको भेज देते हैं जिनको भरोसा ही नहीं है, जो कुछ सीखना ही नहीं चाहते, वो पहले ही भग जाते हैं. अच्छा है वो ऐसा कचरा मुझसे दूर रखते हैं.
हाँ.
ऐसा था गुरजेफ.
Yeah. Gurdjieff is crazy. He's not normal. Like most spiritual gurus are one way, but they're different.
Then I think fourth one is James Allen,
okay,
the man who written As a Man Thinketh book. James Allen is, his book is, you can say, a little or मतलब एक गीता का पूरा summary version उसमें है. I've read that, it's great.
Nice. I'd pick Ramdas, 4, the author of Be Here Now. Ramdas, again, I mean, when I pick Neem Karoli Baba, Ramdas is automatically on my team. But because he's the big buck of Neem Karoli Baba, I'd pick Ramdas because Ramdas was a Harvard professor. He did lot of drugs. So much so, like, I mean, I don't mind using it on my podcast. Like, I'll tell you, there was one moment, people are scared of doing drugs. There's LSD and all of that. Ramdas was high on LSD for 6 months every single day. Every single day high on LSD. He was so crazy that he went to his students in Harvard and he gave LSD to everybody. And he got kicked out. But when asked, why did you do it? He said, every time I do LSD, I reach a state of consciousness where I can see and understand the entire universe. I was testing my body. So what Ramdas would have done was, he'll tell people that I wanted to test that if I take LSD for 6 months, that I will remain here only in this plateau of consciousness. Then he realizes, no, you cannot do it. If I take LSD only in that day, I will be high. Next day, I will come back where I am. Then he will ask the question, is there anybody on planet Earth who can stay in the same state of a LSD high for the rest of their life? And that is how he finds Neem Karoli Baba 10 years later on. He'll go to Neem Karoli Baba, and Neem Karoli Baba is like, spiritual teachers are magic. They will know what you're thinking also. Okay? So when he meets Neem Karoli Baba will be like, give me that bottle you have kept inside your bag. Ramdas wouldn't have told him. But he'll be like, what bottle? He'll be like, that medicine you have. He'll take the medicine and give. So Ramdas in his book, he'll tell that entire bottle can get 1,500 people high for a month. 1,500 people high for a month. A bottle of LSD, Neem Karoli Baba just takes it and drinks that entire thing like this. And he keeps it. So then Neem Karoli Baba, after one day, he tells him that I know what you are doing. When you take LSD or when you do these drugs, you can be in the same room as Ram, Krishna and all these enlightened beings. But that room will close after one day when you come down from that LSD high. But if you want to remain in that room, that is where you do your kriya, your meditation and bhakti yoga. And that is how Ramdas's life changes. And his name is Alfred something, and converts that name into Ramdas, and becomes a strong devotee of Neem Karoli Baba. And just want to add another story to this. Ramdas also explains in his book how smallpox, which killed 7 million people in the 19th century, in Corona we lost 1 million, into that 7 times. Smallpox was the biggest killer. How Neem Karoli Baba alone had the vision to solve smallpox. So this fellow had a friend, Ramdas had a friend, and this friend was a doctor. So this doctor had come to meet Neem Karoli Baba, and he keeps telling how much money you have in your bank account. Neem Karoli Baba asks, how much money you have in your bank account? He says $500. And he says, you know doctor. And this doctor is thinking, I am no doctor, but I am actually a doctor. Then he says, no, I have $1,000. He keeps saying, you know doctor. He keeps saying it, and he says, no, I am a doctor. But then when he goes to sleep, he'll keep saying, UNO doctor. Not doctor, UNO doctor. This doctor will be trying to apply for UNO as a doctor for 17 times. He will be rejected. But Baba will keep telling him, UNO doctor. In the middle of the night, he will get a realization. Then he will apply to UNO as a doctor and he'll get selected.
Wow.
With this fellow's help and Neem Karoli Baba and the rest of the foundation, they go door to door in India and the rest of the world. And it will be the first time Russians and Americans come together to solve smallpox.
Oh, that's insane.
Oh man.
That's insane.
Insane, yeah. So yeah, this is my 4th pick. Who's your 5th pick, last pick?
Oh, 5th pick will be Lao Tzu.
Lao Tzu. Very interesting. Why?
Because of his theories of becoming calm, because he mostly works on mind. He mostly works on mind, how to get calm. मतलब ओशो का 40% उनका माइंडसेट मिलता जुलता है. एंड उनका काफ़ी शांत तरीका है. वो एक तरफ वॉरियर भी हो सकते हैं वो लोग, बिकॉज दे इंट्रोड्यूस ज़ेन विद ऑल्सो. तो वो वॉरियर भी हो सकते हैं और वहीं पे शांत भी रह सकते हैं. तो आई लव दैट.
I'd pick Bodhidharma. I'd really
forgot it.
I mean, I feel Bodhidharma was the vehicle of what Hinduism went on to become Buddhism. Buddhism, they say, is a branch of Hinduism, but it was really Bodhidharma who actually did it, right? Yeah. He took these principles and he went to China and he went to the rest of the place to actually change the world, and I think I picked Bodhidharma. Yeah.
Great, man. Great selection.
So I think these are the 5 people. Cool.
Whose team is going to win?
I don't know. First, I hope our viewers know these people. Or guys, you can also do some googling and research and ask ChatGPT about them. So, but I'm sure we'll see. But yeah, man, Ashutosh, great stuff. If you had to travel back in time, and witness one spiritual event that happened in the world.
Spiritual event.
Event. It could be anything, like from Buddha being enlightenment. But if you were given that one wish that you could actually go witness that one event, what would it be?
I think if I want to witness that personality,
Huh?
I think that would be Osho.
Osho?
Osho, that would be Osho. Because if I will go to Buddha, I will only get Buddha. If I go to Osho, I will get Buddha, I will get Bokuju, I will get Lao Tzu, I will get so many people in one place.
One place.
So I will get Osho. Because he said so many concrete things and so practical things. Because he talked about Ashtavakra and I have read Ashtavakra and I can say what Ashtavakra has said with my experience, with my spiritual journey. All of his जितनी भी उसने बातें बोली हैं सब सच हैं और सब इम्प्लाई होती हैं, सब अप्लाई होती हैं हमारे ऊपर. और सेम चीज़ ओशो कहते हैं और ओशो तो कितने कितने लोगों के बारे में कहते हैं. मैं एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल बताऊंगा. एक तिब्बतन गुरु थे बोकुजू. उनको लोग पागल बोलते थे क्योंकि वो अपना नाम बुलाते रहते थे. वो बस ऐसे बोलते थे कि बोकुजू बोकुजू और फिर खुद ही बोलते थे कि हाँ मैं आ गया. तो एक बार उनके शिष्यों ने पूछा कि तुम ऐसा क्यों करते हो, अपना ही नाम बुलाते हो फिर कहते हो मैं आ गया. कहते कि मेरा मन कहीं और चला जाता है और उसको बुलाता हूँ मैं बोकुजू. और ये मैंने तब फील किया कि अगर आपको याद हो या शायद आपको किसी ने बचपन में कहा हो कि जब तुम सैड फील करो तो तुम खुद से बोले ना आई लव यू, क्योंकि वो बड़ा अपने को फील होता है कि किसी ने मुझे बोला. इवन अगर तुम अपना भी नाम अगर पुकार के देखोगे तो तुम्हें बड़ा अच्छा लगेगा कि मैंने खुद का नाम पुकारा. मतलब तुम अभी भी शायद ट्राई करके देखो, अपना नाम पुकारो. मैं अपना नाम पुकारा आशुतोष, लगा यार किसने अंदर से बुलाया. तो कहते हैं जब मेरा मन बाहर चला जाता मैं अपना नाम पुकारता तो मैं वापस आ जाता. तो उसका कहने का मतलब है कि मेरा मन भी कहीं नहीं जाना चाहिए, मैं यहाँ हूँ तो मन यहाँ है मेरा. तो ये भी मेरे को बोकुजू के बारे में नहीं जानते लोग, ये भी ओशो ने बताया. तो इसलिए मैं ओशो के पास जाना चाहूँगा क्योंकि वो बहुत लोगों के बारे में बताएगा.
Okay, man. Ashutosh, thank you so much for coming on my show. It's been a heavy intellectual talk, but more than intellectual, spiritual talk. And I'm so happy I have a friend who I can share equal amount of spiritual knowledge with, because sometimes when I share it with my actual friends, they'll be like, bro, you are becoming a sannyasi or a monk. What you're telling me, all these things. But it's nice to find somebody on the same frequency. Same, and it's been great, man.
Likewise experience. My friends also told me, "Yaar, ज़्यादा ज्ञान मत दे."
Yeah, buddy. Cheers, man.